What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to Sad Boy Slaps. It's Captain Mingo here from the Jersey Devils, and in today's video I will be going over Headless. But before that, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification so you can stay up to date on all of my content. I make pretty fun decks. If you guys haven't seen any of them, I highly recommend you check them out. I also recommend you check out Kai. He's another Jersey Devil member. I'll link his channel down below. It's ShinyHoHoTCG. I'll also link my LGS store if you are in Corona, California. He's nearby. It's Drewbies. I'll link his Instagram page down below, and I will also link my Metazoo Empire link down below. That way you guys can... It's a fun little page. It's up to date on all the news and a lot of stuff in the community of Metazoo. And without further ado, let's get into this video. I'm super excited to show you guys this deck because it is fun. It can compete with a lot of stuff, surprisingly. It is a little slow, but once you get past early game, this game really starts to run. So first, we are using that Daybreak. If you guys can't see it, sorry about all the glare. We run that 1 Daybreak, we run 2 Prism Aura, we run 5 Spirit Aura, and 4 Fire Aura. Next, let's get into the monsters. This is a Headless deck, like I said, and Headless got a lot of support with Headless Mike, but we're not using Headless Mike, we're using Headless Cannoneer. Now, the reason why this guy's good is if there's a full moon with an eyesight, this beastie's destroyed effect creates 2 tokens. So I would just have a, have you guys ever seen those like little ball full moons? I would have one of those out as my 4th wall item. Destroyed, create a cannonball token with 20 life points, and it has spirit trait on it. And his attack. You may destroy a cannonball token you control. If you do, this attack deals 25 plus damage and inflicts Confusion, which is pretty good with him, not gonna lie. I really like that effect, and Confusion is a really annoying trait also. So the idea is to bring a bunch of these guys out. It doesn't matter how you destroy them, whether it be from you blocking or going aggressively and crashing into something to chip its life points down, then destroy, bring another one of these guys out to finish it. But next card is Piazza Bird. This deck is lacking in firepower, not firepower literally, but like high attack powers. We run Piazza Bird just because he makes our fire spells cost 1 less, which is pretty good. And if there is fire with an eyesight, this attack does plus 50. So he is a big swinger. Not only that, he's flying with 90 health. Next, we play 1 Headless Ann. On contract, you may inflict 5 burn to target beastie. Once per turn, you can remove all status counters from each beastie and caster. This page attack is 10x damage this turn, where x is the combined counters removed that way. This beastie does not fatigue using this power, which is also pretty cool. That's her attack immediately after. I like her just as another like, oh, I'm a big monster, I'm gonna swing at you. Next is Headless Coal Miner. I really like this guy. You could bump him up to 3. You could take out some of the other cards. I wouldn't recommend Piazza Bird, but maybe like one of the Iowa Dragons for another coal miner. This page's attack deals 25 damage if there isn't coal with an eyesight, so he attacks for 75, which is pretty nice. On contract, you create 2 dynamite tokens with 10 life points. They're artifacts with a destroyed effect. Deal 20 damage to target caster. And when you attack with him, he applies 3 burn, 50 damage, and you destroy all dynamite tokens in the arena and deal 10 damage to all opposing pages for each dynamite token destroyed. So he's good just for that extra chip damage. I really like him in that. Next, we run 2 Iowa Dragon. These are both the different eBay and Wilderness. I really like the eBay one because it's a lot more orange and it just looks a little bit better than the Wilderness one. I don't know if you guys could really see that on camera. On contract, we get to deal 25 damage to target opposing caster, inflict that caster, and all of their beasties with burn 2, which is pretty nice. If the primary defender this combat already has a burn indicator, increase the primary burn indicator by 2, which is pretty nice, and he attacks for 3 burn and 50. He is just a good card in general. He helps this deck really flow, but in the future I would like Headless cards that help this deck flow, because I think the Headless archetype is so cool. Next is Gassy. We run Gassy so that we could recycle our Jacko Lantern spell. I'll get to that in a second, but that's what Gassy's in here for, nothing else. We don't really all we need to do is just get a Gassy out, and then it's game over, because we have all of our other Headless monsters, especially the Cannoneer, which really makes this deck work. I run 2 Tribal Warcries just because a majority of our monsters are spirits, so that's pretty nice. So most of the Headless monsters are spirits, which is nice. We run 2 Bookmark, pretty standard. 2 Morpheus. Morpheus is pretty strong. They bring out a Quetz. You don't want to deal with it. You just put it to sleep, just like that. We have 2 Explosion. Explosion's the best fire spell in the game, I would say, just because it's a 2-drop. You inflict caster with 50 damage and inflict them with burn. Not only that, but you get to target another beastie or caster and do another 10 damage and inflict with burn, which is pretty nice. Next, we are running 5 Jacko Lanterns. I would run this at 6 if you guys have 6. I currently only have 5, but I find that it works fine at 5. You don't want to brick with this at all, but I mean, it's kind of hard to with the amount of Headless monsters. So this is a 3-drop fire spell. Deal 75 damage to target page and inflict it with burn. Or if we control a beastie with Headless in its name, this card costs 1 aura to contract, and you deal 50 damage to target page and inflict it with burn. So I like Jacko Lantern in this deck better than Explosion. Yeah, Explosion gives us that extra 10 with extra burn, but this is 1 aura less because we control Headless monsters, and we can recast it from the grave for 1 because we control Headless monsters. Like, this card is insane. This will clean up any monster that's out on the board. Well, mostly it'll help you kill him pretty fast. Next, we'll go into a nice little combo card that I like to use with Jacko Lantern. It is the Spirit Infusion suit. I like running that at 3. Equipped this artifact to target beastie. Equipped beastie loses all traits and is considered spirit. Their maximum life points become 30. Equipped beastie gains text arena. Whenever this beastie deals damage to caster, that caster may send 1 page from their chapter to cemetery or is dealt an additional 50 damage. We do this because we equip this to our opponent's monsters, let's say a Quetz, then we can fireball it and just kill it, or Jacko Lantern it and kill it just like that. Or honestly, this just gets rid of any threat that's in the way. We just equip this because it's an artifact, so they can't counter it. I don't think there's anything to counter artifacts right now, only spells. So that's why this guy's pretty strong. And next, we run 1 next chapter just to help fix our hand if we ever need it fixed. A little extra draw power. It does give our opponent that plus of fixing their hand, but I will take that, honestly, because this lets us draw 1 extra card. And this deck doesn't really need to fix its hand too much, so it's just nice to get that extra little draw. It is a 3-drop, which sucks, but I like it so far. I really like this deck. If you guys have any of these cards, I highly recommend you make it. One of the mandatory cards, I would say this deck is not budget friendly because you do need Gassy for this to run. Because once you run out all 5 of your Jacko Lanterns, you don't really have that nice 1-drop, but if you have Gassy out, you can recast these guys from the grave, which is pretty nice. We just cannot use a Prism Aura to recast them. We have to use an actual aura of that type, which is, it works pretty well. But yeah, this is the Headless deck. honestly, my girlfriend, this is her favorite deck. She loves to play this deck, and I can see why. It's just a fun deck to play in general. Um, if you guys like the content, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification to stay up to date. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys actually think about this deck. Right now, I would say this is halfway between casual and competitive. I just need to tweak it more to make it a little bit more competitive, but I will be giving you an updated version on this. Like, I want to make this deck faster, that's my goal, and I will be giving you guys an update once I have cracked the code and figured out how to make it faster. It just needs a little bit more play testing. This deck is really fun though. I like playing this one. Dinos, dragons, that dark mill deck. Oh, the dark mill deck's probably my favorite. It's the most fun deck to play out of all these, just because like it doesn't feel like you're playing regular Metazoo. It feels like you're playing another game, which is pretty cool. Yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. So until next time, guys, peace.